he wanted to be an artist, and he kept working the whole time and practicing, and now he's really an artist.
That's a story about him?
Yeah. It's called a biography and even an autobiography if you wrote it about himself. But I have some questions. You guys ready?
Yes.
Okay. So my first question is, who is the most important character in this book? Who's the most important character?
Tommy.
Exactly. Okay. My next question is, what are some things that happened in this book? Tell me some things, some events from the story, or some things that happened. Tell me one thing that happened.
They were painting.
They were painting. What else happened in the book? Justice.
He was on the wall.
He was drawing on the wall, exactly. What else?
His paint flew off.
His paint flew off the paper, you're right. What else happened in the story?
Got him to wall.
When he was in bed? You think about when he was in bed? What did you draw on when he was in bed?
The seat.
The sheets. So Tommy drew on the sheets. What else happened in the story?
The teacher wouldn't let him use his crayons.
You're right. The teacher wouldn't let him use his. How many crayons do you remember?
628.
Oh, even more. Who remembers how many crayons?
64.
64. He had lots of crayons. He couldn't use them. Okay. The teacher wouldn't let him use 64 crayons. Who else remembers something that happened in the story? Michael. What else?
His birthday happened.
His birthday happened. What else happened? What else?
The teacher told him to not break the crayon.
The teacher told him to not break the crayons. Sorry. What else happened?
When it was his birthday, he got the crayons.
He got the crayons for his birthday. What else?
The teacher told him not to unsharpen and the crayons would peel off the paper.
Exactly. And can you imagine trying to color with crayons and keep the point sharp? I don't know how you would do that. Tell me one more than that.
Yeah. So Tommy, the teacher said in preschool, our teacher said not to copy.
Okay, so lots of it. So I have a question for you. Remember how I said I was going to ask you about the questions? Okay, I think you guys can do this. I want you to think really hard. Do you guys ever rub your heads when you're thinking really hard?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to think really hard. So that first question I asked about who was the character was a different kind of question than that second one when I said, tell me some things that happened in the story. So I want you to think about something that was different about those two questions. Can you guys think of anything? And I'll help if you can think of it. Can you think of anything that was different about those questions? I'll give you a hint. How many answers were there when I said, who was the main character? How many answers were there?
One.
Yeah, there was just one, and just one person got to answer, right? And once, I forget who told me. Who told me? Did you tell me? Okay, once you told me Tommy, we were done, right? And the rest of you just kind of sat there. Even if you knew, you didn't get to say anything. But how about that second question? How many answers were there? When I said, what happened in the story? How many answers were there? Yeah, there were a lot. Lots of you got to answer, right? So, did you like the first question better or the second question? Show me your fingers. First question or second question? What kind did you like better? The one where there was just one answer or one where there's lots of answers? Okay, so a couple of people like the first one better, and that's okay. All right, I'm gonna ask you one other question, all right? And it has even more answers than the second question I asked. Are you ready? I want you to think again. Tommy knew his whole life, since he was a little guy, that he wanted to be a what when he got older? An artist. I want you to think about if you could be whatever you want to be when you grow up. And I want you to tell a buddy. I bet you've talked about this lately because of the Day of Hope and all those good things. But I want you to tell a buddy, and then I want you guys to tell me in a minute. So tell a buddy. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a police officer.
Come here. Oh, never mind. You're very good at finding books.
A baseball player or a basketball player. Police?
Did you guys share
I
with
want to
you?
be a teacher.
All of you guys share? Okay.
How can
Okay. So I'm going to count how many people are in this room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right now there's 12 people in this room. So I bet there was at least 12 answers to that question. What do you bet? Oh wait, there's more than that. How many? There's 12 and then how many other people?
Some kids.
So there's 12 kiddos and 2 adults. So 14 people. I bet there's 14 answers to that question. Let's see. Let's start right here. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Engineer.
Cool. Michael.
Police.
Cool.
A baseball player.
Ooh.
Police.
What's a police?
A teacher.
I love it. What else?
A ballerina and a
Oh, cool. How about you,
a
bud?
builder.
What about you?
A hair player.
Oh, how awesome is that? How about you, Justice?
Baseball player.
Baseball. How about you?
Artist or a singer.
Oh, cool. How about you?
Baseball player, basketball player.
Pretty cool. Miss Hoover and I are already grown up, but I bet we could still want to be things too. So I think one day I'd like to be.
Firefighter.
That would be fun, but I'd like to be a dancer. I don't know how to dance. One day I'd like to learn how to be a dancer.
A music teacher.
That would be kind of cool. Now I'd learn it. How about you, Miss Hoover?
I would like to be an animal rescuer.
That would be pretty cool too. So that last question, there were 14 people in this room and there were 14 answers. What if there had been like 100 people in this room? How many answers do you think?
100.
What if we had 1,000 people in the room?
1,000.
I like those kinds of questions. How about you guys? Are those kind of fun to answer because there's all kinds of answers? There's a special name. Do you guys want to know the special name?
What?
I don't know. You guys think you can handle it?
Yeah.
Okay. It's called an open question because there's lots and lots and lots of answers. And the one that just had one answer, like who was the main character, that's called a closed question because there's only one choice. Kind of cool? Okay. Thank you guys.